What up everyone, it is me here for another video. So, I would like to first of all wish you guys a happy new year. Hope everyone has enjoyed Christmas and are ready for the new year ahead. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about the new and improved Nintendo Switch. Now, this is it here. Now, I've already used it quite a bit. So forgive me if I'm not doing this very professionally, and the box is already open, so it kind of like defeats the object. But let me just show you some of the stuff. So before I get into what's in the box of the Nintendo Switch, let me just show you the Switch itself. Now, this is not the colour that it came as. But this is just a casing that I can put on. Now, the difference between the old one and the new one is that, as you can see, the stand, first of all, can go much wider, plus it's much longer. Whereas the one you used to have on the old one used to just be like that. It used to be very small. So we used to get not much of a stand, so it could flip over at any time, and it's like, not very good. So this one, I believe, is actually really, really good. Now, in terms of digital, kind of, what it shows you, there isn't much difference between this and the old one. I would say that it does. I wouldn't say there's any problem with it. I mean, no. To be honest, in fairness, as I said, I don't think there is really anything much different to the old one. But people out there shouldn't tell me otherwise. But yeah, now that's the Switch itself. Oh, that's another thing I've just realised. On the top here, you've got longer buttons as well. So you used to have the little circular one for the off, and then little ones for the volume. But this one, as you can see, is much longer than the old one, so that's something as well. Plus, when it comes to this changing the game card, it comes out much wider than it does with the old one, which is quite nice. Now, whereas the way it looks, as I said, this is not much different. It has the same, not sure how long that is, but the same kind of input, which is something. Now, one thing I will say is that when you do have one of these, you have the case on it, the buttons will kind of hide itself inside the casing. So that's something you gotta watch out for when you're using it as a separate thing with the whole what's it called, the whole thing with it as a screen. Now, one thing I would probably say is, and an improvement is, if I was making this, I think I would make it so that if you, for example, wanted to use the remote control, don't know what you would call this, casing, I guess. I would probably say that you would probably somehow have to work out how to, as the product, so that you could actually use these without having to take the cases off to be able to put it on here. Because if you try and, as you can see, if you try and put, let me show you. If you try and put this on here, you can't fit it. But as I say, that's because it's got a, see that there? It's the stop, it stops it. So that's something I would probably, look at. Now, there's no problems with it per se. However, that's, I think, if I can think of, the only thing that I would change. Now, as far as the whole, how it feels and looks and that kind of stuff goes, I think they've done quite a nice job with it. Now, I've used a Switch before. Not sure what the other one was called, but this is the new one. I'm not sure what the other one's called either. This one's called, sorry, either. But there are some differences that are good. Then there are also, as I've said, some differences that are not as good. Now, if I was the manufacturer, I would get people to test it before you put it out there, because if there was something that could be improved, then as a product, then I would always address that, and then it's as good as it will be. Now, I've only had this since Christmas, so this is, I've not had it long now. Further updates will, as I play it more, will arise, and I'll explain. I'll let you guys know. Another thing which I like is how it has a little TV cable as well. For your whatever screen you want to use. Now, another thing as well is on this one they've used a different kind of patterned little holder thing. So for this one, see that used to be all black, but there's like a pattern on it, which is quite nice. Now, another thing I've noticed is it's got those 3 little lines there, so you can see what battery, you control things on. That's something that actually let's give it a whirl. Ooh. There we go. I think as a from what it looks like from the previous one, I don't think it looks that much different. I mean, that's probably a bit longer. It looks a bit longer, which is a good thing sometimes. Now, I don't have any problem with this as a product, because I really like, look at, you can see it now, look, you can see what battery on, which that's what I actually really like. And I think a lot of people haven't, seen that, so I think that's quite a nice little feature. And I think Nintendo have done quite a good job with that, if I'm honest. Now, as a whole summary, I definitely recommend you get one, because, oh god, sorry, my thing's stuck. I'll do it after. Right, so as I was saying, yeah, as a product in a whole, I really, really like the Nintendo Switch, and I think has got a lot of what's the word? A lot of potential. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is that if people who aren't don't see things that only see things that are there, then the little details that Nintendo have added, I think people will really, really stop and think, what's the point in buying it if I've already got an old one, because it looks the exact same. Now, in hindsight, yes, it does, but what you got to understand is Nintendo really, really tried to improve it. Now, I love it. I really love it. I think it's quite a improvement on the last one, because, as I've said, because of the longer stand, and I really like that design. Now, another thing I also like about the stand is that when you have it, it means that you can do it from a different from different angles, which isn't quite nice. So you can, that's like literally how far back it goes. So you can literally be having like that, looking down, and then yeah, like that. I really like that. That's an amazing bit of design. I mean, yeah, but this is the one I've got now. This is actually my first one. The other one was my sister's, so yeah, we used it as I say, and I think the last one was pretty good, and this one's really pretty good as well. There's no denying that. But yeah, that's just my opinion on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I hope you guys have taken something away from that. I know I've talked a little bit longer than I should, and maybe repeated myself, but I promise you, this coming year, sorry, we're in the new year now. What am I saying? This year coming, I will be making a lot more videos, and every week. Now, one other thing as well is, if you guys don't follow me on YouNow, go follow it. I'll try to leave a link down below or somewhere, and say, because I'll be doing a lot of streams on YouNow, so that's why there will only one. You'll only be having one video a week, rather than usual, however many I've made. But with that being said, that is the end of the video. So I hope you have enjoyed, and sorry if I've gone on a bit long, but plenty more videos are to come. Now, remember what we always say: remember, be awesome, stay awesome, and keep me awesome.